Hi, I'm Gaynor Collister, Supervisor of Technical Product Support at Performance Bicycles. And today we're going to talk about installing and removing press-fit bottom brackets. First, a little background. Press-fit bottom brackets are the newest trend in bottom brackets, especially on high-end road and mountain bikes. With a press-fit bottom bracket, you can build a lighter, stronger bike, and it gives bike designers and builders greater leeway in how they construct a bike. There are two general types of press-in bottom bracket. Those with bearings that press directly into the frame. A good example of that is the BB30. And those with bearings that are held in an adapter or cup. And the adapter or cup is then pressed into the bottom bracket. Two common types of this type of press-in bottom bracket is the BB86 and the press-fit 30. The BB86 and BB30 and other modern press-fit bottom brackets, while different, install and are removed using very similar methods. We'll install a BB30, but first some basics of press-fit installation. Press-in BB bearings are a mild interference fit. This means that the bearing or adapter is just slightly bigger than the opening in the frame, sometimes as small as 4/100ths of a millimeter. That's smaller than a human hair. Because of this, it's important to drive the bearings in straight and square to the frame. Driving them at an angle will enlarge the opening, and the bearings will never fit securely and can shift and creak. To better ensure correct installation, drive only one bearing at a time. The bearing must be pressed uniformly at the point of interference or it will be damaged. For a bottom bracket bearing, that is the outside edge. Tool companies make adapters or bushings for this, or you can use a socket of the right size. Bearings are pressed in until they hit some reference point. For a BB30, they butt against a removable circlip in the bottom bracket shell. BB86 are fully installed when the raised lip on the adapter contacts the face of the bottom bracket shell. Let's install a BB30. To do so, we'll need two tools, a bearing or headset press and an adapter suitable for a BB30 bearing. First, we'll want to clean the bottom bracket shell using alcohol. We're using alcohol because it does not leave a residue. Next, we'll install the circlips in the groove in the frame. Next, we'll install one bearing, pressing it into the frame until it's flush with the circlip. Finally, we'll put in the last bearing. Then it's just a matter of installing the crank and crank arm. Removing the bottom bracket is as easy as the installation was, especially if you have the correct tools. Park Tool makes two good tools for removing press-in bottom brackets. Their BBT 30.3 is best used on the BB30, and the BB86 tool is their BBT 90.3. And the most important thing to remember in removing a bearing is that it only should be done if the bearing is to be replaced. And like with installation, the bearing should be driven out straight and square to the frame. Let's remove these bearings. We'll use the BBT 30.3 to drive out the bearings. We'll insert it from the opposite side, aligning the head of the tool with the bearing closest to us. The floating adapter will help center the tool. Using a hammer, we'll then drive the bearing straight and true from the frame. Now install the tool on the opposite side, once again avoiding the circlip, and out the bearing comes. A few parting words. If you've got a frame with one type of bottom bracket and want to use a crank of a different type, there are probably adapters available. Finally, if you have questions about this video or really on any bicycle topic, please call Performance Spin Doctor Product Support.